everybody. I'm here today talking with Alex. He's the head of school at the Quaker School at Horsham. And we're really excited to be talking about the director of K-12 Division and Transitional Program at the Quaker School at Horsham. And so, Alex, welcome.
Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Delighted to
So,
be.
yeah, appreciate it. And so, uh, first, I kind of want to talk to you about is share a little bit about yourself. Kind of how long have you been at the school? What drew you to the school? And tell me a little bit about the school culture there.
Absolutely. So, this is my 11th year at Quaker School, and what drew me here, it goes back a long way. So, most immediate, well, obviously, I've been here for 11 years. It goes to 2014 when I was looking at the school. But the most immediately, when I was a very young man, I lived and worked at Oakwood Friends School in Poughkeepsie. I was a learning specialist there and actually had my first leadership position as a department coordinator, a department of me and one half-time person. That grew some when I was there. But my head of school at the time was Peter Bailey, who just retired as the executive director of Ames. And Peter, prior to coming to Oakwood, had been the interim head of school at Quaker School and had kept in touch with the school. And he knew I was in a search, and he connected me with the school. So immediately it was that connection. And what made me want to stay, and I was in a host of nationwide searches, and why I chose Quaker was I started my career at a very small private school, independent school in New York, in Bayside, Queens, called the Lowell School. And at the time, they have their own building now, but at the time, Lowell School was located in the basement of a temple, and it would fill up with water when it rained, and I would get electrocuted when I plugged things in. But what made it really special was everybody there, everybody who worked there, and I mean everybody, like cared about the students and was there for the students. And it was such a positive place to start a career as a special ed teacher that it framed my thinking around how to talk about kids and how to think about kids. That still holds to this day. And so when I came to Quaker and I started talking to people here, it reminded me so much of where I started. I said, this is the one. And that's how now 11 years later, I'm still here.
Well, and that's that's amazing to, kind of that connection of, coming back from the smaller school and then building here. But it's also as yes, it's a smaller school, but it's a growing school that you have there, and it's an amazing community that you have. So let's talk a little bit about this role and the division, the director of K-12 division and the transitional program. And this is in the meeting house division of the school. So tell me a little bit about the kind of this role, kind of how it's gotten to this point, and kind of the importance of the role in the school.
Yes, yeah. So Quaker School is a growing and thriving school. Right, we're at what are we, like 118 students now. And when the school started, well, not when the school, well, the school started with 3 kids in the basement of the meeting house, and thus the name. But when I started at the school, there were maybe 50 some odd students at the school, and they were all in one division in K-8. And there wasn't any divisional leadership at that time. And the school's evolved considerably. We added a high school. We also added our autism support program, our autism support division, our sassafras division, which has a wonderful division head, Stacy Clark. And the as the school grew and evolved into these different divisions, we've also added onto our space. So we added a wing for the upper school. We actually moved back to the meeting house where the school started and renovated that basement for our real world ready, our 18 to 22-year-old program. And then we now are building onto the campus. We are adding almost an 80% increase in our square footage for the sassafras division. And so now in its maturity, not that we're done growing and thriving and changing, and we're going to be beginning a strategic planning process. So the process is, the possibilities are endless. But the right now, we will have our Sassafras division, which runs K to age 22 and has an excellent leader in Stacy. And we are going to have our Meeting House division, which also runs K to 22. And that will have an excellent leader that we are looking for in this search. And what we're doing is we're aligning ourselves how we work. We've worked in this way for some time. We talk about ourselves this way, and bringing our leadership into alignment with really how we're organized. Just is will bring great clarity to our faculty, our students, our parents, everybody involved with the school.
Yeah, and it's amazing, I've been on campus to see that new uh uh kind of a part of the building and stuff, and it's exciting to see that. And I love the alignment of both the programs and kind of mirroring each other and having a leader that's overseeing both of them. I think it just helps with a lot of the continuity throughout the school and the purpose of what you're looking at and what you're doing there. So the last question that I have for you is kind of, building on to the wonderful school. That team that you have, your leadership team, is so amazing to work with. They're just there to jump in on anything, and I'm just, every time I'm there and having conversations with them, and seeing how they interact with each other is amazing, and how you as a team collectively work and stuff. So kind of talk about kind of that culture that you have with your leadership team and that type of person that you're really looking for to fill this role.
Yes, absolutely. So Quaker School is an amazing place to work if you love children and you love growing and learning. And the leadership team is a high performing team, and it is just a terrific group of individuals, and that team's growing. I mean, we're not just hiring the Meeting House division director; we're hiring two other positions too, which you can find on 12M's website. But we because as we're growing the school, people have to run it, right? So we want to make sure all the resources there for people. But it is, the team is made up of. There's an assistant head, Mia and Glenn, who is focused on faculty development and culture. And then we have our development team led by Amy, and we're going to have two other people working with her come the summer. And then there's the Sassafras director and our dean of students and our admissions and enrollment management leads. And we all work together. We're all there to make sure the teachers have everything they need, the clinicians have everything they need to work with the students and to do their best work every day. And we're all there to support the mission. It is a mission-driven, growth-focused organization. And we have a firm belief that growth-focused leaders lead growth-focused faculty, and that leads to students having an excellent experience.
I will say is the opportunity to walk in and be there when the students are coming in, and how your faculty and staff and leadership team interact with everybody there is quite amazing. And so it's an honor and a pleasure for Ilaria and I to be working with you and your team there on this important search, and we're looking forward to helping you find that right person for this very important role. So thank you for your time, and look forward to seeing the people that are looking to apply. So.
Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you very much.